Hi, my name is Mark Ermatinger from Industrial Control. We're a factory automation distributor in West Michigan, and today I want to talk to you about Microscan and barcoding. There's some confusion in barcoding that I want to cover. That covers one-dimensional barcodes and two-dimensional barcodes. And what I want to do is explain the difference between the two barcodes that you might see out there in the field. So if we take a look at the two differences here, I have an example of the two here. And on the top you're going to see the barcode that is a linear barcode, or what you would call a one-dimensional barcode. And these barcodes are traditional. You'll see them in the grocery stores quite often, and you'll see them on the factory floor. But once we start looking at two-dimensional barcodes, they have different properties now. Two-dimensional barcodes, you can see 360 degrees, and they have a lot of differences that you need to have with the equipment. So when we look at these things, we have three barcode readers here from Microscan. HS1 barcode reader for $195 is mainly just for a laser. It's emitting a laser, and that light source is what is going to go and hit that barcode and read that barcode. So for $195, not a bad setup here for the HS1 from Microscan. It really comes in at a very, very good price point. Then we take a look at their next step up, which is an HS2. Microscan's HS2 here, this has got an imager chip inside of it. It does not emit a laser, it emits a light. And that light is going to let the imager or camera inside here read that. That allows me to read 360 degrees on that barcode because it can take a picture of it no matter where it's at. I cannot do that with the laser-based solutions. I can only read it across the barcode. Then we get into the third barcode, which is a Mobile Hawk from Microscan. This is basically $2,000. Again, it's an imager. It's going to throw some light out and it's going to read. I can read all the normal barcodes with this guy, but its main purpose is to go and read the actual parts that have the barcode marked right on it. That's the big difference. It has an algorithm in there that can figure out that two-dimensional barcode and see it. That's the difficult thing, is to see that barcode on there. So I'm going to take some shots of this and let you see firsthand what it looks like. Now we're going to demonstrate the one-dimensional barcode reader here from Microscan. It's a one-dimensional HS1 barcode reader. It's a laser-based reader, $195, excellent price. And we're going to go in and read one-dimensional, what I would call linear barcodes. So you can see it's emitting this light here that's going to read that. The two-dimensional barcode, a laser-based cannot read this two-dimensional. It cannot handle that. You need to have an imager for that as well, so I'll show you that in a minute. But I'll show you how we can come through and hit some of these labels here. This is a pretty high density label, what I would call high contrast. It's printed on white and black here, so it's a high contrast. Here's another carton style, and this one was actually flagged as poor as I went to the manufacturer. But I can read that, so I'm very impressed with that because we were having issues with that in the past. Now this is a very high density. I mean, this is very, very small, very, very tight, poor printing, and it is reading that very well. And we're going to get into some a little bit more difficult ones. Here's a cable with a one-dimensional barcode on it. Doing very good there. Now we're going to move into a bag. Bags could be very difficult. The glare coming off, you get some damage. I can see some damage in there. So, excellent. Excellent reading right there. Let's try another style here, medical syringes of some kind here. And if we take a look at the barcode here, this is blueprint. So again, that can be somewhat confusing for some readers. Did a very good job even with the glare on the top here. I'm reading it, I've got only just a portion of it right there that got chopped off. So yeah, that's where a laser base really comes into play, is since it's emitting its own light, it has the ability to really do a good job with that. So the HS1 is a very good solution.
You can just start with the next one now.
Yep.
Mark, when you do, move that stuff out of the way so you don't have a lot of junk in the way there. You can even show it that way, unless you're going to be using it.
Yeah. Now we're going to Now we're going to talk about the two-dimensional barcode reader from Microscan. This is a HS2. It is an imager. So we can go ahead and take a shot at this 2D barcode and do a very good job at it. $430, but it will also read the 1D that we have here, high contrast 1D. This is not meant to read something directly on a part, but does a very good job as an imager, allowing me to get and see this at different spots. Very, very nice. Again, since it can do 1D and 2D, just like the HS1, we can go ahead and read these barcodes. But this is going to be used for somebody that wants to buy something that down the road might have the need to do 2D barcoding. I mean, you're going to see more and more 2D coming down the road here on a lot of different products. This is a medical prescription. I can see that I have a 1D barcode on here. I do not have a 2D yet, but as you can see here, I've already got one that's a 2D, so it is coming. So in this scenario, I could go ahead and buy this, get my 1D, and then turn around and get my 2D. So very nice solution. Again, an imager, $430. This is the HS2. Now we're going to show you the Microscan Mobile Hawk. This imager camera right here really does a great job. It has a really good algorithm in it. You can see it's got an imager and some special lighting built in here. This is designed to read 2D barcodes that are right on the part. It's very difficult to see these, but these are actually laser etched right on the part. This is laser etched right on the plastic here. It's hard to see that. So those get to be difficult. And then some of the most difficult guys to read, again, it's very difficult to see these. Right there you can see this is a 2D. Now this one happens to be dot peened right in the surface. That could have been laser etched as well. Dot peen is difficult because they will have crooked lines. I can actually see the locate on there is crooked. And sometimes the needle gets very sharp and it pricks and the spacing is not correct. But with the Mobile Hawk here, we're going to go ahead and read. Now the Mobile Hawk will give me a green light here on the front when I get a good read, and it will vibrate in my hand. It's also got 4 different lighting solutions. Right now I have it set up on this can to go ahead and read this can. So I have one lighting solution, but I could go ahead and adjust the gain, how much light I'm throwing out of it, the size of the barcode I'm reading. There's a lot of different things, but if you just see how fast that I throw this up here and the consistent reads that I get, excellent, excellent reading. I have not found a handheld that will do that kind of read with this kind of grain through in here on a dot peen. I'll grab another one right here and we'll just keep taking some wax at this here. The other thing about this here, the operators, I found if you're sitting there trying to do this, to figure out where you have to read gets very difficult. So I have it set right now to just go right on it. It makes it very easy for the operator to just keep going. So that is a nice solution from Microscan, one of the best I've seen. Reading right there. This is a Mobile Hawk, fairly new from Microscan, using the algorithm that they purchased through the RVSI group. Goes back a long time. These are guys that introduced the 2D barcode. So a very nice solution.